Has attracted so many new fans over the last 12 months, but he gets back to work for the first time in 2021 right now here on BT Sport. Dennis the Menace. 8 victories inside the distance, 5 of them, but let's see how he copes with this tough guy from Mexico, Luis Moreno.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout is scheduled for 8 rounds, and it is an international super bantamweight contest. Brought to you by Frank Lauren on behalf of Queensberry, along with their great sponsors, 32 Red, Food Asylum, and Unibet. It is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, Board Representative Dennis Gilmartin, Timekeeper Jason Booth. When the bell rings, our referee in charge and scoring this contest will be Howard Foster. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight, out of the red corner, he's wearing black with gold and weighed in at 8 stone, 6 pounds. Coming to us from Monterrey, Nuevo León, Mexico, he brings a professional record of 9 wins, just 1 defeat. 6 of his 9 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Luis El Gallito Moreno. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing black, red, and white, and weighed in at 8 stone, 7 pounds. Hailing from Maidstone, Kent, England, he was a 9-time national amateur champion, and now as a professional, he is undefeated with 8 wins. 5 of his 8 wins come by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Dennis the Menace McCann.
You know the rules, keep it clean, break straight away when told. Both watch your heads in close. Good luck to you both, touch gloves.
Well, McCann, just 20 years old and giving Luis Moreno a bit of an old-fashioned eyeballing there during those introductions.
Yep, looks very serious indeed, does Dennis McCann.
You don't take your eyes off this fella. He is a real talent, seemingly could be a star in the making. Undefeated in 8 and has passed every test that's been set so far. But as we've witnessed in British rings, Exhibit 1, Josh Warrington against Mauricio Lara, tough Mexicans can create upsets.
Yeah, you've got to get the job done. You've got to concentrate against this type of an opponent. He was tough and he'll come to win, Moreno. But we've seen a good performance from Dennis McCann in his last contest, going 8 rounds for the first time. He will have learned so much from that and gained in so much confidence in that contest. John, it'll be interesting to see how he fares here.
Boxing Board of Control would like to see him fight Liam Davis in a British title eliminator. Moreno, though, according to Alan Smith, Dennis McCann's trainer, tough and capable. Well, we'll see. He certainly comes into this having won his last 5, 2 of those inside the distance in his last 2 contests.
Yeah, he's just struggling here, Moreno, to work out Dennis McCann. McCann's movement is good, his jab's good, look there, and just staying at distance. Not a bad left hand there from McCann either. So he's setting the attacks up well behind his lead hand. And that's where he's got to watch it in at close quarters. Until that stage, boxing well at distance and just measuring that gap with that jab.
So much confidence, McCann. Something which will serve him well, you suspect, as he makes his way. But he's got to get through this first. It's accurate left hand.
Yeah, Marino. So he made the mistake there, just launching that right hand too far out, missing the target, falling short, and that really is bread and butter stuff to someone like McCann, who comes back with a fast left-hand counter. I thought Marino was boxing quite cagily up to that point, just on that back foot, rather than just trying to close the gap down there. But he just come out of his shell a little bit and tried to land that right hand, but he's too far out. He can't afford to make basic errors like that against someone as skillful as McCann.
Already seeing the accuracy of the right-hand lead of McCann, boxing very, very well in this opening round and winning the first round very comfortably.
Give yourself a Diet Coke break.
One more drink.
Here at the Copper Box on the Olympic Park
Sorry?
in Stratford in London.
No, not at all. Just take your time.
Dennis
You need to
McCann in
step this
action.
way a little bit more. You're over this side of it. You're in the line.
10 seconds.
Watch what you tap back. That's all.
Seconds out.
And Alan Smith, I think, just trying to get him to settle down as much as anything, Richie.
Yeah, and also, just earlier, Alan Smith said, try to draw his jab, throw a few feints, because he knows if Marino throws that jab and falls short with it, then that will give opportunities there for McCann then to land his counters. He's not the fastest, is he, off the mark, Marino, so if he can draw that jab, make him throw a slow shot, and then McCann can capitalise then with fast counters. But up to now, he's controlling the pace pretty well, boxing well within himself here, McCann.
Mexican not getting too much success here, seems to be struggling with the southpaw style of McCann, as indeed many do. Again, that accurate right-hand lead of Dennis McCann, good reach. He's got 67-inch reach for a man of just 5'6½", quite formidable and very accurate.
Occasionally McCann throws out the jab, then he just changes the angle and the plane of the shot. He just brings it around the guard of the left hand of his opponent, and that's just to make him literally move in the opposite direction.
1, 2.
No knockdown,
No knockdown.
just swung himself off his feet.
Just to get him to change direction. See, there it is there, that long sort of looping shot. Just trying to get him to move around onto McCann's left hand then.
In his last fight, Dennis McCann had to go the distance. Yes, indeed, he did have to go the distance against Pedro Matos, the Portuguese, an 8-rounder.
Yeah, it was a great learning fight for him, actually.
Solid left hand again from McCann.
Marino just come back with his own right-hand counter there, but McCann blocked it well.
Moreno with 6 stoppage wins in his 9 victories. Has got a bit of a punch himself, but he's not landed too many yet.
Well, what he's doing here, he's just waiting to land this right hand. He's hoping that McCann is going to maybe miss the target with his own left hand and then come back with a right hand counter. But look, he's just very content to wait on that back foot. In the meantime, he's way out of distance there. He's not going to land it from there. He's got to try and bring McCann on.
Actions to take evasive action and see it through to the bell with another round in the pocket.
Bonus drop from William Hill Vegas is back. With new instant cash prizes to be won daily.
A free spin!
Unlucky, mate. Win up to £1,000 a day. Play for free, anywhere, anytime. Win thousands of instant free spins, bonuses and cash prizes every day. Get all the excitement of Vegas. Play Bonus Drop today. Only at William Hill Vegas.
You have to make sure that you feint with him. Be very patient with your work. but feint
Here's
out,
Dennis
because the
McCann
team's got
with
your body
Alan
covered.
Smith.
So you're best off not jacking that shot, going around in this side and landing that side, because he only counters with his right hand. You understand? So step round in that
Corners,
side.
10 seconds.
There you go, good, switch on. There you go.
Seconds out.
Fairly happy with the way things are going, and just
Round 3.
underlining what you were saying, Richie, about the only threat really coming from that right hand, and just be aware of that and don't be suckered into it.
Yeah, exactly. The only way that Marino will land that shot is if McCann makes a mistake coming over the front foot, misses the target and probably falls in. See, that's an example there of him just moving out of range. Marino's too slow with the right-hand counter. So it's Marino waiting for a mistake from McCann and then hope to land that right hand. But up to now, McCann in control, working well. And that jab is crucial. Lovely little right hook as well there from McCann.
Perhaps heard the voice in the background of Alan Smith just saying, be patient, be patient. Having landed the jab, don't go leaping in.
Yeah, took a little risk there, but it was a nice little shot. Little right-hand lead uppercut from McCann. That shows his confidence. Experimenting with the punches. But again, the pace for me is suiting McCann. He's controlling things.
Such good balance, hasn't he?
Yeah, lovely little slip again there to the right, and then screw shot, come uppercut.
Frank Warren, I know, reckons that in Dennis McCann this is very much a star in the making, and parallels have been drawn with Nazim Hamed though all those years ago. I think Naz was a different style, wasn't he? He was more of a banger, more of a single punch knockout guy, but you can kind of see where he's coming from. He's got that extrovert character and he's got bags of talent.
Well, he has got bags of talent, but Naz was a style all on his own. He threw punches from so many different angles, could knock you out with either hand, exceptional power for his weight. Yeah, he was something special, Prince Nazim Hamed.
That was the sad news earlier this week that Naz's old coach Brendan Ingles' widow Alma passed away.
Yeah, very sad news indeed. She knew her boxing just as much as the late Brendan as well, didn't she? She was a promoter at one point and knew the game inside out. I was talking to Bunsey about her earlier, and he was saying to me, you know, she promoted fights with Harold Graham, and incredible lady, fantastic.
What an impact the Ingles had on the boxing scene in Sheffield.
Have the summer holiday you deserve with Jet2 Holidays. We're giving you a huge £100 off per person, with 22 kilograms of baggage included, plus 10 kilograms of hand luggage too. So book now for this summer. Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. After and ATO protected.
All been one-way traffic in this fight so far, Richie.
Yeah, he's boxed very well, boxed very sensibly. Experimenting with the shots now also. Good little right hook there. Occasionally throws the lead uppercut. Look at that for a shot. Just missed the target, but he tried it. And he's, like I said, he's using great variation, so he's boxing well.
Round 4.
Moving into the fourth round. Dennis McCann firmly in control. Just to underline the points, lovely left hand.
Yeah, Marino just coming out of his shell there a little bit. Probably his corner have said, well, go on the front foot now and just try and see what he's like going back maybe, but just walked onto a couple of good shots there, Marino. The approach is too slow and it's predictable. And Dennis McCann, he's just waiting now on the outside for his opponent to come forward, and he's picking him off. Feet are too slow, you see, John.
I was going to say, Moreno just hasn't got the footwork, has he?
No, feet are far too slow for Marino.
McCann being told by his corner to get back onto his jab to establish the dominance behind that right-hand lead.
Yeah, it's a good exhibition of maintaining the gap here. That's what McCann's doing. That's why he's in so much control. Just as I say that, the Marino closes the gap down, but
about the first time.
Yeah, for most of the contest, he's controlled the gap very well with the lead hand. And like I say, boxing fairly comfortably. And will no doubt pick it up at the right time when his corner feels that his opponent is ready.
There's a nice right hand. He gets through at last, Moreno.
Yeah, not bad. That's the things with these Mexican, a lot of the Mexican fighters, you can practice your technique and experiment on certain moves against them. They're so tough and hard, they'll just keep coming.
He's not looked in any sort of trouble with anything that McCann's thrown yet.
No.
Technically bamboozled a little, maybe, but he's not been stunned by anything.
No, but at the same time, I mean, McCann hasn't really taken any risks and got into that mid-range section and unloaded with some shots. He's worked, he's, you know, listened to his corner, to instructions, and he's breaking his opponent down gradually with the jab.
And just a little bit of play acting at the end. And now the instructions once more from Alan Smith.
Right? But you're still taking a couple of little chances. He's only landing 2 every round, and that's 2 more than I want to see land. You're picking the pieces with the jab, and all you've got to do is work off the jab. Maybe double it and treble it and then single it. Your hand's got to be a little bit tighter. But if he starts to press forward, feint, pushing back with the jabs and work again. Okay? Yeah? Good. Yeah, real good. You just got to watch what's coming back. His jab busting them up a little bit. You feint to the body. He's now trying to counter with something else. I mean, you've got to step round him a little bit more. Okay? You good? Just switch on.
Don't let him go more.
Nah, don't let him come forward at all. But when you do that, he's going to chuck back. Don't do that. Okay? Okay, water, Paul.
Seconds out. Round 5.
Into the second half of the fight. And 4 out of 4 so far to Dennis McCann.
Yeah, without a doubt, is boxing very well. Nice, calm corner there. They're fairly happy, and it's good there. His coach, Alan Smith, he's not greedy, is he? He doesn't want him to take any risks. He's boxing very sensibly.
Heard him say getting caught by 2, but it's too many.
Too many. So, you know, the coach isn't greedy. He doesn't want him to take risks and maybe get caught with the shot here and there. He doesn't want him to take any shots.
That's where Moreno wants to be. Get his man right in front of him so he can try and land his own power shots, particularly that right hand.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Marino's corner is actually saying, because, you know, if I was in that corner, I'd say, look, this guy is just controlling things, so you've got to start pushing him back and up the pace a little bit here. You've got to put him under a little bit of pressure. We're getting beat at this stage, boxing like this. So, you know, maybe take the odd risk here and there going forward, but he's got to put a bit more pressure on.
Sweet little uppercut from McCann. How much is he struggling with the southpaw style?
I think he's struggling a lot, John. He just can't get close enough to McCann. McCann's adjusting his feet very well and maintaining the gap like we've spoken about. The pace is suiting McCann, so there's got to be a change in tempo from Marino from Marino, but can he do it? You'd much prefer McCann to stand and trade and toe-to-toe with him, but, you know,
why would you?
Yeah, why would you? You know, there's more one way to skin a cat, and that's what McCann's doing. He's boxing to his strength at the end of the day.
Well, one day he's going to come up against a fighter who will be able to narrow the gap, who will be able to land somehow the big punches, but it doesn't look as though it's going to be on this occasion. There'll be people out there saying, yeah, he looks good, he looks stylish, but can he really take a shot? When it gets into toe-to-toe, what happens then? Alan Smith, I'm sure, would say, well, we don't want to learn. We don't want to learn.
Well, you've said if he wins this one, then he's going to box Liam Smith. I know Liam Smith very well.
Liam Davis.
Liam Davis, rather. Liam Smith. Liam Davis from Telford. Good kid. Unbeaten. And that will be a cracking contest, won't it? Hopefully that'll be for the British title. Liam Davis is a good lad, and so is obviously Dennis McCann, but he's got to get through this one first.
Well, coming up in a few minutes, we've got Zachary Parker. Here he is, warming up. He's going to be in action against Vaughan Alexander, WBO International Super Middleweight title fight. Parker actually ranked #1 contender by the WBO. Billy Joe Saunders, WBO champion, due to be fighting Canelo before too long.
So every time, if you make sure he's on his back foot, okay, yeah. When he wants to swing, take half a step out and look for the counter. He falls in with his right foot. So step back, then throw. You've got to make him draw a lead, but not let him bully you. Yeah, exactly. Every round. Up you go. Don't get bored by what you're doing there.
Seconds out. Round 6.
Might not have found the fireworks yet, but Dennis McCann boxing a very intelligent fight.
He's listened to his corner, hasn't he? And he's doing everything right up to now.
Won every round so far.
Yeah, Marino just cannot cope with this southpaw style. Bobbing and weaving now, trying to come forward. Just can't. The main problem he's got is the jab from McCann. His short shot there from McCann. Again, as Marino's trying to come forward. We've spoken about his feet, far too slow.
Moreno just not able to find a way to put any sort of real pressure on McCann. Moreno's only loss was 3 years ago, and he's been putting wins together since then, but it doesn't look for the life of me as though he's going to be able to find any way to continue that sequence here.
Good boxing there from McCann. He's trying to draw the lead. He's listening to the corner, trying to draw the lead of his opponent. Marino just took the bait there, just threw out a slow jab, and then McCann on that front foot, very quick counter, and again, look, he's in and out. Better boxing from McCann.
being told to keep patient. Stay patient, I should say. This has been another round by a long, long way for Dennis McCann. Really providing a boxing lesson. He may only be 20, but it's been very accomplished so far.
Big break. Lovely game. Good. We have 2 rounds left. Don't chuck it away. It's really good. That's the best round so far. Keep him switched on, move back when he comes in. That hang tight. He's broken a little bit now. You don't need to take risks. Just keep chipping away. If the opportunity comes, it comes. But he's going to try hard this round. You need to put him back in his place. The centre of the ring is yours. Yeah? The circle. You understand? Right? What you're not going to do, take risks. Yeah? Just pick away. He's going to try hard this round then. I'll tell you.
Orders, 10 seconds.
Chip away, good boy. Backhand up, there you go.
Seconds out. Round 7.
Blinking a little bit uncomfortably as he comes off his stool, Luis Moreno, but he'll be looking for that big right hand, but in so doing, will he present the opportunity for something special now from Dennis McCann, I wonder. Just 2 rounds remaining.
He's coming on that front foot, hasn't he? He's whipping that right hand over, but McCann responding really well here. Some really solid jabs that have gone in from McCann early on. Alan Smith still doesn't want him to take any risks. You know, there'll be people out there say, well, why doesn't he just go in and try and stop this kid? But he's boxing to instructions, he's listening to his corner. And Alan Smith, you know, knows that he's learning in the game. And that's encouraging for a boxer. They're listening to his corner. He's boxing to instruction 100% here, not taking the risks, listening to his coach, boxing sensibly. And Moreno now having a little go. But that may bring him on to some bigger punches from McCann if Moreno comes over that front foot and trying to load up with that big right hand that he's trying to land. That might just present an opportunity where McCann can land a better shot.
He's certainly looking for it. Just a question of how far he commits himself and whether that opening comes. Such good balance, though. Every time he loads up, you see McCann is aware.
Yeah, I mean, it's Moreno the start of this round, just up the tempo a little bit, but McCann certainly went with it. Probably went another level above as well with the shots that he's been throwing and hitting the target. So nullified the attack straight away.
And discouraged him. Not too much coming from Moreno now.
You heard Alan Smith also mention about the centre of the ring, box from that circle, that centre of the ring. Good coaching. You see, he's slowly just turned the screw a little bit here, McCann, without taking the risks. He's just increased the work rate with the jab, the lead hand. Yeah, that's not a bad shot either from that left hand of his.
Moreno missed by a long way with that swinging right hand.
Yeah, bent arm shot, you see, John. He's too far out, bent arm shot. There's no way he's going to land with that punch, and McCann's just staying at distance and controlling things with the long straight jab.
Another very, very clear round to Dennis McCann. Left hand lead from Moreno does find the target, but that's another one for McCann, and surely that's 7 rounds out of 7. And moving in towards his 9th consecutive win.
You on your toes, yeah? It's a polished performance.
That's the next fight coming up. There's Vaughn Alexander, veteran American who's going to be fighting Zachary Parker. Our final fight of the evening, WBO International Super Middleweight Championship fight. Vaughan Alexander here, being trained by Montel Griffin, a man who was a lead player back in the 1990s, had a win and a loss against Roy Jones Jr. Got
First man to beat him, yeah.
Won by disqualification, then got done in a round in the rematch.
He's a good fighter though, Montel
For the
Griffin.
8th and final round.
So last round.
Good example of the lead hand just keeping the opponent off balance all the time. You see Marino, he wants to set, he wants to launch an attack, and as he's thinking about it, there's that jab in his face. Thinks about it again, there's the jab again, there's the left hand. You know, it's a good display with the lead hand here. Sensible boxing.
Being told by his corner, don't load up on your shots. That is McCann he's talking about. Moreno as well was really trying to throw a couple of sharp shots in the opening exchanges, but falling short of his target again, as he has done repeatedly. And now it's all McCann.
2, 3.
And this time it's given as a knockdown.
5, 6, 7.
Moreno indicating that he's far from hurt. Off balance as much as anything, I think, Richie.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good shot from McCann, but I think he was off balance as well. But he's just closing the show, isn't he? McCann.
Sure, he'd love to get a stoppage.
Yeah, that would be the icing on the cake for McCann here.
It's been an accomplished boxing performance.
Yeah, he's had a good workout. He's a decent workout for him. As Lyndon in the studio has said, under the lights, it's the most important thing. And he's got the rounds under his belt.
It's been a rapid learning curve for Dennis McCann. Made his debut May the 18th, 2019. That open air promotion at Stevenage Football Ground. And here we are in 2021. And the winning run continues. And he's won this with an accomplished boxing performance. He's looked a different level.
Yeah, he certainly has. And he's closing the show out nicely here. He's got to keep concentrating, but yeah, a shutout win for Dennis McCann.
With the knockdown as well in this final round. Almost walked into another one there, the Moreno. Swinging himself off balance with wild attempted hooks, Moreno. But the final bell coming up, and Dennis McCann winning by a very, very wide margin. Good performance.
Yeah, overall, I think his corner, will be really pleased. He's boxed to instruction at the end of the day. He's had an 8-round workout there, took no risks at all, and boxed sensibly. His trainer will be very, very pleased, more so that, he stuck to the instructions and stuck to the tactics.
Just a few words there from Alan Smith about the final round. There's the knockdown.
Yeah, lovely, just adjustment in the feet. Watch him there on the back foot and brings him onto the hook. That's a cracking shot. Good move, maintain the gap. Yeah, good boxing skills from McCann.
Winning by a wide margin. Moreno, well, he kept trying, didn't he? But just not good enough.
No, it wasn't good enough. Someone who really struggled against a southpaw. You could clearly see launching the attacks from too far out. And yeah, it wasn't his night at all. He's never in it really, Moreno. Just for the odd right hand here and there. But a very good display from McCann, and Moreno. Yeah, he definitely struggles against the southpaw opponent.
Well, I don't think they've wasted one moment in getting the scorecard across to Thomas Treiber, and we can go and get the score now.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, our referee in charge, Howard Foster, scores this contest 80-71 for your winner and still undefeated, Dennis the Menace McCann.
The story goes on. He wins every round, plus that last round knockdown. Dennis McCann makes it 9 victories out of 9.
You know something, Moreno just shook his head there at the end of it as if to say, what am I meant to do with this fellow? Classy again. Lyndon, what do you think of him?
I've liked Dennis McCann since the first time I seen him boxing, and everything. It looks like he's got a bit of everything in his arsenal. He's got great balance. He's got great attack. He's got great defense. He's in and he's out. He's there, but he's not. He's just one of them fighters that you don't really see too often, I think.
Going along at this rate, Sonny, we'll be going to 10, 12, maybe more than that pro fights without him losing a single round, I think.
Yeah, do you know what? I'm really enjoying the maturity in his last few performances. I mean, it's very easy to get sort of caught up in the knockout hype and trying to come out, blast everyone out. But that fight there, he showed real maturity. He had him hurt a couple of times, but he didn't get carried away. He didn't go looking for him, and he just found him at the end.
And yet, with your expert eye, you did pick up on a couple of things as we watched it.
Yeah, he comes out, and maybe a bit of nervous energy. He comes out quite jittery. Maybe it's just his rhythm. I mean, he's a very reactive fighter. I'd like to see him maybe slow down just 20-30%, and then I think you're going to start seeing his real power come through then. I mean, a lot of young fighters have done good amateur backgrounds. We're 3-round fighters before we are 8, 10, 12-round fighters. So it's that transition you have to learn. He's 20 years old. People are forgetting that. People want to see him in the big fights. They mention him along the likes of the Farouks, the McGregors. Let him learn his trade. Let him mature as a fighter. And I think he generally will go all the way. He shows everything there that he needs.
It's a very fair point, but sometimes, Lyndon, opportunity comes when we least expect. Now, Lee McGregor, what a victory for him, claiming this European title.